Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking Scenes from a Marriage, a new HBO limited series that just came out on HBO Max, I think yesterday, the day before. So it was Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain, based on the original 1974 movie, I think, by Ingmar Bergman. No, actually, I don't know if it was a movie or a limited series like this. I think it was a TV series broken up into parts, just like how this is going to be. I think it's a 6-part limited series. And before we go into this, please make sure to like the video. If you're into keeping up with all the new movies, new TV shows like this, please make sure to subscribe. We talk about all this stuff here. And I was going back and forth, if I want to do like a spoiler-free review for this episode or a, spoiler talk sort of thing. So there is a lot of things I liked about it. But there's also a lot of things I think weren't done as well that I wanted to really focus on and talk about. But maybe I'll leave that to the next episode when I do a recap. For this one, I'll make it a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to go into any spoilers. I'm not going to do a full-on recap. I'm just going to, pick out some things that I like and I'll tell you about it. And that's it. I'll give you guys my rating at the end. And just please make sure to tell me if you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed the video, obviously, but if you enjoyed the show, if you've seen it already, let me know what you thought. If you haven't seen it yet, please let me know if you're going to watch it or not. And let's get into it. So I actually did a previous video on this series back when the trailer came out. I did a trailer reaction, and it's actually one of my better videos out there. I think it just hit 1,000 views, so thank you guys for that. I mean, for a channel that's small like mine, that's really cool to see. And, but yeah, so I watched the original Bergman film. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not gonna say I'm a huge Bergman fan, but I do think he's one of the best directors of all time. Scenes from Marriage, the original, could be debated as one of the best movies of all time if you look at it as like a 4-hour film, or if you look at it as a TV series. Just a really great, just like piece of film, just piece of artwork. Just that it's really good. All you need to know about the story is that it is similar to the original. It's pretty much just like a relationship study between a husband and a wife. They're in like this fragile point in their relationship. And that's all you really need to know. I don't want you guys going into this knowing anything else. Hope you didn't get spoiled already for this episode, because a couple of cool things happen that are very, very different from the original. And I can see why some people may not be on board with it. For me, I do like when my remakes, this is a remake, is they pay homage to the original. They follow the same sort of themes and stuff, but I don't want it to be a cut and paste of the same movie. So I was happy that they did go a different route here. And right from the beginning, you can tell that it's going to be very different, some of the themes. And but I think it's going to end up working. In the beginning, they do a really weird thing that I don't want to spoil it, but it threw me off and actually sucked me out of the episode. And I didn't like what they did in the very beginning, but it gradually gets better and better and better throughout. And some of the decisions that they made in like this, it's a 2021, remake. There's some political correctness here and there, not in your face. But I think it's going to end up working well by the end. I think the decisions they make with the wife and what she's going through, I think by the end, it's going to have a good payoff. I will also say that performances by both were really good. Jessica Chastain does start out kind of flat. I noticed it was just like a very obvious performance. They're like sitting in like this therapy session with another student of, I don't know if it was a student of Oscar Isaac's character or just someone he met. But she's doing like this like therapy study on like relationships and like how they were able to keep such a good marriage up, a successful marriage for plus they've been married for 10 years. So she's like asking them questions. Jessica Chastain just made it like so obvious that like they were uncomfortable and like it was like too much in your face. Now like I don't know if that's because I've already seen the original. I knew that type of stuff was going to be in this episode, so seeing it like so obvious as it was, I don't know if that was just me or if that was the acting or the writing, but in the beginning it wasn't really working for me. But I did notice that Oscar Isaac never really pulled me out, but he did good throughout. But Jessica Chastain, she really does. Like, she improves throughout this episode. It was like a whole different sort of acting range by the end in the beginning. Like, I already knew she was a really great actor. I mean, I love her in Tree of Life and everything else she's in. She's in so many things. But, yeah, by the end, she just puts on a really incredible performance right up there with Oscar Isaac's. And I just want to say, like, Oscar Isaac, he looks just like the original actor from the original movie. I can't think of his name, but it's just funny how they, like, resemble each other so much. But yeah, so the beginning for me was just a little bit iffy. I'm not going to lie. It was just a little bit off. I wasn't really, like, I was like, is this going to be, like, really good? Like, you can already tell, like, it's going to come off pretentious to a lot of people. It's a very acting-focused sort of, relationship study sort of thing. So some of the language and how it's written could come up pretentious, and they're talking about these existential themes and about marriage and stuff like that. So that could be a turnoff for a lot of people. In the beginning, I was kind of feeling like that. I was like, I hope this doesn't become pretentious or stupid, or it's not really the actor's fault. I hope the writing, because the writing did feel weird in the beginning. But I'll say once the friends come, I know the husband from Ant-Man and the Wasp, he's the villain. I think that's the actor, right? The other woman, I don't know the actress. once they come into play in the episode, it just changes everything. It becomes a lot more complex. The character development starts increasing a lot. We get to see like a lot of really cool moments I wasn't expecting. So yeah, I mean, I remember this scene from the movie. You know, the other couple that also had problems and stuff like that. So to see it here and to see it done pretty differently is really cool. I thought it was one of the highlights of the episode, focusing on them. And from there, everything just starts to unravel. But I will say, from that point on, it became a whole different show for me. The whole episode changed on its head. It just became really good. I was engaged. I was invested. Some really beautiful moments where I could tell, like I was aware that I was engaged in this episode. You know how it rarely happens when you're not even looking at your phone. Like, I never used to try to look at my phone, but you're not even thinking about your phone. You're not even thinking about anything else. Like, you're engaged. Like, that's, testament to the acting and the writing. So the episode really gets better and better as it goes. One thing I want to say is that the original, like I said, could be hailed as one of the best movies of all time. So there's a high bar set for the show for the people that have seen the original. There's always sort of that narrative, right, with all these remakes or reboots. It's like, can you make it as good as the original? Or like, there's this really high bar set. You have to pay homage. Like, it's with the Star Wars sequels. You look at them through like a different lens than you would any other movie. We got like a Willy Wonka reboot. Stuff like that where they're remaking a classic. Scenes from Marriage is a classic. But the thing is, though, like, does everyone even is everyone even aware of Scenes from Marriage, the original? Like, I don't want to seem like pretentious or, like cinema, what's it, like a cinephile focus, channel or whatever. But I'm just very interested. Like, if you're out there and you haven't seen the original, but like, Oscar Isaac, Jessica Chastain, you're a big movie lover. Like, I want to know what you think of this episode. If you you enjoyed it for what it was, you were engaged, were you bored at all? Did you think it was pretentious? Like, I'm really super interested in it. And I'm also interested for the ones that have seen the original and loved it and know what kind of movie that is. Like, what did you think of this episode? Like, did you like it? Did you think it didn't live up to the original? It's only the first episode. I think it was a really strong start. But yeah, let me give you guys my rating right now. I'm going to rate this episode a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. They did so many things by the end. I love where they're going with certain things. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but it's kind of hard for me to dissect this show because there is a couple of scenes I'd love to dissect, and there's some really strong moments I want to talk about. But I'll make this spoiler free. 4 out of 5 is a pretty high rating for me for TV shows. Nothing crazy good. Like, once I start rating stuff like 4.5 out of 5 for an episode, that's when shit, like, it's really good. But yeah, I think it was a really strong start. I don't think this will be the strongest episode. I think it could increasingly just get better and better and better. I sort of know like where the show might lead us in certain places from seeing the original. I hope they do follow some of the same paths as the original. But yeah, I can already tell it's going to be different. But I really did enjoy it. But I'm really just interested in what you guys think of it. What kind of fan you are. I just want to know what you guys thought of the episode. Just please let me know in the comments down below. And that's it. Until next video. Please make sure to like this video again. Please comment. I just want to keep talking about this. I thought it was a really strong episode, like I said. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.